Hey everybody, welcome back to another play session of Doki Doki Literature Club. Remember right, we're going with little gray hair Yuri Chan or whatever over here. But we'll see where it goes. Alright, so this might overlap a little bit, because I don't remember exactly where I was. It's saved, and I'm pretty sure this is the text window it's saved on. So, Monica's, I wanted to let you down to silver. Monica smiles sweetly while smacking all the other girls off screen with her ponytail. Oh, so stupid. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Ha 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 ha, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love... and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, did I miss anything? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. What do you mean somehow? She freaking loves food. She's always hungry. You already said it. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. She went to hide in the closet? Hey, Yuri. I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one that we were reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we get ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have one request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I mean, I can't read my line. Oh, jeez. Anyway, if there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Wait, isn't Natsuki in the closet? Probably a little cramped. I just imagine, like, she goes over to the closet and Natsuki just, like, hands her this water pitcher. Could you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug it into the teacher's desk and then we can get some water. Thanks for just, you don't need to tell me all the steps. It's fine. She walks past me and sets down the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. Wow, okay. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts with her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical? I don't know. Okay. May I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you with your long legs. I mean, I didn't say that out. Yeah, why not? Shall we go in? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Off to make love in the bathroom? What? What are you talking about? Huh? We're just going to make some tea, so, I didn't realize how weird it sounds to explain that to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. I'm not jealous or anything. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's the kind of one a person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Wow, okay, you got a sharp tongue when you got some husband-do material, or whatever. Or do you want me to tell Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Silver in club activities? What? My mouth gapes. That's me, like, choking on my own gaping. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Silver. Ooh, I just messed up their lines. Let's go, Silver. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once we're in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri. Her head's not against the wall. She's actually quite a ways away. Unless she's just that tall that her forehead's on the wall, like above the windows on the left side of the hallway. Pretty sure that's not the case, though. Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. Aw, you're jealous. All the girls are gonna fight over me and possibly kill each other over me. And I have nothing to say about it. Great. What's wrong with me? No. Charisma mode activated. No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it was also not right for Monika to judge people like that. Judge our relationship that we've had for maybe 48 hours. Because it's high school, and that's how long dating lasts. Silver, koi desu. Sugoi. How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Girl, because nothing you do is bad as long as you make it seem, or nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect, except for those long legs of yours. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them anyway. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. I should know, being a high schooler, that I have a master's degree in psychology. I know these things. I read you like a book, pun intended. Creamed herself again. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you, girl? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? What kind of friend? Quotes around that. Friend, you say? She might be disappointed. Yuri lifts her head. Silver, I really like being friends with you. Only friends? Okay. I mean, thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. Feels kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, charisma mode off. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walked to the nearest water fountain. Once we filled the water pitcher, we returned to the classroom. Silver, do you like oolong tea? Like Master Iroh? Yeah, actually. Both in real life and, in the game, I guess. Anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets up the temperature of the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do it any less when I'm making tea for others, especially friends. Even if I'm not an expert on... Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything like Master Iroh? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. Just like humming whatever this music is going right now. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. Like my legs. I was letting them show and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. Well, it's with you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worried about me, Silver-chan, Sama. It's very endearing. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. Keep up with what? Talking? I don't know, I have a bottle of water around here somewhere. I think that'll be fine. I want Yuri pouring a cup of tea for each of us. Silver, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? It's a hard floor. There's probably dust everywhere. Get all over your really nice long leggings. That probably isn't a good idea. Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. You know, with my boobs and all, they hurt my back a lot. I can read with my back against the wall instead of bending over at the desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. Just have back pain fairly regularly. I do my best to manage it, along with my big boobles. Is that so? I wonder why that's... It's most likely because of your posture. Right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oops, sorry, nudged your boob. Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes! That! I have terrible reading posture, that's what it is. So, that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. It's so awkward a conversation. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Sayori's gonna freaking show up, man. She's gonna be like a grizzly bear. I've been up in Alaska once, and they made like really sure that on this one tour bus ride we went on, that we packed no food with us. Apparently grizzly bears can have like this crazy sense of smell, where they can like smell your peanut butter and jelly sandwich that's in a Ziploc bag about half a mile away, and they'll actually try to like chase down the smell to get it. It's crazy. But anyway, that's Sayori. She's got a bear's nose. Take it, but for candy. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading positions as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. Ooh! I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Physical contact! Oh! Boner radar rising! Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Yuri, teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand, it's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Sure, she hasn't noticed a single thing. Girls pretend to not notice, but they notice. They notice. She wears her intense reading expression that I only assume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. Oh man, there's just so much to read right here. Just so much to read. Just focusing. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs. It was really hard, cause boner, and I fumbled with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Ah, are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. It's just your fault, you know. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. Hey, we get a different picture for once. She holds it so that it doesn't have any... She holds it that I don't have any harder time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Whoa. Practically, but not actually. Whoa. Well, in that case, Yuri is already focused on reading, or is already totally focused on reading again. I take the chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. That means I can't stop here. Okay, what do you mean by that? I apprehensively place the just place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me as if she needs to confirm what just happened. Silver... Sorry? I guess I shouldn't have done that, you know, just being really aggressive with flirting and all. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in that kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was. Totally. Why is it so awkward? They just make this like immensely awkward situation. Just reminds me of some of my first dates. Kind of nostalgic in a way. Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything. Whoa. Okay, maybe this doesn't remind me of my earlier days. I see. The situation is getting really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't even focus now. My heart is pounding. My pants are tight. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I bet you notice some other things on her chest. I raise my arm. Super creams herself. Freaking floods the room. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Oh, the K, yay, everyone! Great transition, bravo. She screams herself again. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share the poems. Silver, can you help Yuri put away the tea stuff, alright? Yeah, of course. Can't you see we're in the middle of something here? Okay, thanks. Oh, just okay, fine. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates, along with her panties that obviously went flying onto either side of the room. In the end, we hasten to clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling that this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Whose poem should I show first? You know what? We'll go with Yuri first this time. Because obviously she's gonna like it the most. I remember from last play session, like, I think at least 15 of the 20 words were ones she liked. I was trying to go with more Monica, but I guess she's trickier than I thought. Let's see what you got written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Like the chocolate I was slowly putting in your mouth seductively? Silver. This one might even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick this up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kinds of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I totally heard all of it and wasn't looking at your boobs the whole time. I really wanted to try to give him more imagery. Yeah, imagery. Yeah, that stuff. Yuri visibly swallows. What is that, like a cartoon? Like, even her hands appear sweaty. Knees weak, palms heavy. All over that mom's spaghetti. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. We're awkward high schoolers. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. And I think of it, since she is very analytical, this emotional tension really does mess with her. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah, just Brainy appreciate it like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Okay, now, actual tip here for any of you creatives out there that make art or music or writing or whatever. If you create stuff, share it. Sure, it might be inevitable that somebody doesn't like it. But you can't let that stop you from sharing it with everyone else. It's well worth that cost. To have one or two people hate it. Or even have the majority of people hate whatever you created. Just to have that one person actually enjoy what you created. It's worth it. It's worth creating happiness, even if it's for one person. Don't be afraid to share. Okay, back to the game, Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. She's like all creepy about it. Oh yeah, she does cursive, and it's really hard to see from far away. So pardon me if I pause on this. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scattering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I give that raccoon a piece of bread. My subconscious will, well aware of the consequences, well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments, I think? Increments the phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. Is the raccoon me? I think the raccoon's supposed to be me. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions on a newly satisfied animal. That's actually the case. But that's fine. The raccoon has taken to follow me. You could say that we've gotten used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Each time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlov conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Interesting. I was a little more daring in this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, or I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. Maybe her homicidal tendencies or something. Who knows? Seriously, that's just a guess, because she's very emotionally unstable, and everything's on extremes in this, and it's definitely showing signs like everyone is fucked up in some way. Like all the girls are fucked up in some way. So I'm assuming she's actually a psychopath, or whatever. What do you call that? A person who's unable to feel specific emotions, or unable to empathize. I always forget what that's called. But that's what she might be. Because she's not empathizing with me at all. She's just actually really liking that I like her stuff. There's a difference in that. And I'm sure it'll eventually turn around to where, in order for her to feel like she needs that, she's gonna harm others. For me. Like pulling the crazy girl or whatever, the one that's like super infatuated with the guy, that anime seems to like to do. Whatever. That's right. Actually, now I think of it, any of these girls could go in that boat. Especially Pink Arrow. Pink Arrow would probably do that. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I usually force to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Silver? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best way we can do it is to respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. Jeez. I didn't even have spaghetti today. I guess I get really gassy if I talk a lot. Oh, whatever. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at the other things. Writing, listening, slowly putting chocolates in my mouth. There's really many people like you, Silver. Jeez. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how we feel. I never thought I'd feel so comfortable sharing my writing and my long legs and my hot breath on your... Anyway, but now I just feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her titterness seems to disappear. Okay, let's go the opposite now.
I liked your last one better.
Yeah, really?
Well, yeah, I can tell you were a little more daring with this one. But you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat.
That may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I did. I actually was trying to appeal to, Monica. But oh well. I'm still figuring all this out.
I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy and add more meaning just by using an annoying and complicated language. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Yuri's head over heels over this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that bullshit. Ha!
Her hair.
Making your reader look so hard for all that deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all.
I guess that's one way to look at it. Bitch! Oh, sorry. Just something stuck in my throat.
Well, everyone has their own opinion.
Yeah, they do. They're not afraid to share it, especially on social media.
But my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already. Let's make America great again. My opinion's the best opinion. All the opinions are garbage compared to my opinions. You should go to Nasuki Tower. It's the best of hotels. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something, Baka. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wiggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy is cute, has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Ooh wop, ippy yop, but I do wop, diddly yop, but I do wop, yippee yop, but I do. But every time she sings the chorus, my heart will pound in the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I try not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her or anything. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders.
Wow, what's the fixation of spiders?
What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world's better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone.
Wow, speciesist much? You need to go visit Spider Bro on Reddit. That's a great subreddit. Freaking awesome spiders there.
Not bad, right?
Minus the blatant, subtle racism. Sure. It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's.
Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up, Baka. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with just much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Just looks over at Nasuki. Like, anyone who would agree with the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk.
Do you know people like that?
Of course. That's how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It could be about anything. I wrote it because it's easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure.
Oh, was this supposed to be from Yuri's angle? And the liking spiders was Nasuki liking simple poems? So for being straightforward, you're being not straightforward. Kinda ironic there.
Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'll make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what somebody likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and making them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today.
Huh? Did you say Yuri? That fucking bitch, I'll cut her.
Yeah?
She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers.
I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about these things. I'm talking to you.
Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she had some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that, Baka. If It's not like I want to judge her or anything.
She has trouble finding words.
I guess I should try not to be mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she learned her lesson.
Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message of your poem.
It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message and to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I don't want people to... but I want to make people think, not feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Not that I care or anything.
So tsundere. Alright. Manuika would be last. Alright.
Oh! I like this one, Silver. It has a really nice feeling in it.
I'm glad. I wish I could write... I seriously wish I could write poems that go to her. 'Cause she seems like the best candidate for the waifu thing. At least from the innate plot of this game. Does it mean that it's better than yesterday's?
Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both.
She's like Goku, so simple-minded. Minus the e's. That's not very helpful, you know.
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go with my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem.
I'm not sure that that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. I mean, you're in a club with a bunch of girls. What are you going to expect? Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah.
Me neither. Writing about food. Seriously, writing about food would probably get her. Go like Naori's or whatever, but go with food. Simple, to the point, but about food. And you get Sayori. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving some thought?
Oh, I want to write some... You want to write something for me? That's so sweet.
Yeah, right. But you always think about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
Well... I don't really know what you mean, but I'll keep it in mind.
Her eyebrows are very concerned. Well, whatever.
Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too, and sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet? Yeah! I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori.
Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give that rain cloud a little hug. And that makes a nice, happy rainbow.
Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic.
It is. Maybe I'm getting a little better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Silver. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay?
Watch it be the exact same thing we just talked about.
Bottles. I pop off my scalp like a lid. Wait, what? I pop off my scalp like a lid in a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. The little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens.
This doesn't match a rhyme at all.
I reach inside my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put in a bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and bottles. All in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes when my friends feel a certain way, down comes the bottle to save the day. Okay, now you're rhyming. That beginning really threw me off. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. I don't feel like time's elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and in come my friends. And in they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding out each one to every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the between my feet. The between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Okay, alright. Holy crap! Sayori, did you write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monika taught me a whole lot about depression and stuff, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe it's because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I was thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, and you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like it was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing till I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori always has a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it like no more than a week later. What is this, like day 3 of the club? I think so, yeah. It's like barely half the week. I wonder if this is gonna be one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay, last but not least. Hi again to Silver. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. He just like forcibly takes it. As long as it's not going to be bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with the masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go, even though you already grabbed it. I give my poem to Monika. Alright. This one's a good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but with the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so, even though I was trying to get stuff for you. Apparently you both really like depression words, like a lot. So, I don't know. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. Actually, yeah. That would be. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I've noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature. It's like the light turns on inside her.
Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. But trust me, I've tried. Who knows what's going on in that head of hers? Just like zooms in on her, just like staring at the book, but it's in like wartime PTSD, black and white photo imagery in the background. I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I mean, how could you see it in a good way, but alright. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Ooh. You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding with my whip ponytail. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monika kind of whispers that last. Oh, a fictional one anyway. She whispers. It's just a hunch. But, well. Oh, this is me now. Okay, just a hunch, but well, there's not really anything to go wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do it too. Alright, let's take a look at the big dark abyss that is your head. Save me. The colors, they don't want to stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, and blue, an endless choreography of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, squeezing, and piercing. Sine, cosine, and tangents, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. What? Did I just hear a noise? I think I just heard a noise or something. Did she whimper? It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? With her freaking whip hair. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. I'm just saying that kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing that part with my space on the paper. Choosing when and how the space of the words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like a magic. The way I write the lines is really short, makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. You know what that poem actually does remind me of? How a lot of kids try to explain what ADHD feels like. Even like in their early psychological tests, where they'll be like, "Can you draw what it feels like in class?" And then it'll be a picture of the kid, and he'll be all sad, and he's got like the dunce hat on, and he's in the corner. Or no, he's not in the corner. Like he's in the class, and he's just like he just took like all the crayons and made like circles around himself, which is just like this mess of color, and he's all sad. And then he's like in the corner with the dunce hat on, and he looks happy, and like everyone is away from him. It's because he's distracted. When you're in the middle of the classroom, there's just so many things going on. It just like they can't focus, and it freaks out their brain. But then when they get in trouble and they're sent to the corner, there's no distractions anymore, and they feel better. I think with that specific case or something, it was really interesting. I guess I like weird, depressing things like that. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Totally not about ADHD. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be an as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling. I feel like she only laughs when she wants to cry. Or a conversation with the reader. So putting it in that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. What? Save. Okay. That's meta. That's fourth wall. You never know when it might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait. Is this a tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, alright? I have something extra planned for today, so everybody can come and sit in front of the room.
Is this about the festival?
Oh god, high school festivals and anime. Well, sort of.
Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can even put together anything good just in a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on the posters, and I've designed some of the pamphlets, and we'll give them out during the event, okay?
Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
Monica. Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us is gonna choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cooler part is, we're all gonna let anyone else come up and recite the poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. I just imagine it's like crafts, like crayon, just like on a white paper, and she's just like making dumb little like scribble shapes.
Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you?
Well, I did. Do you really think it's a bad idea?
Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm gonna be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Nisuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Oh, jeez. People.
Guys.
No, Sayori. I understand what they're coming from. Where they're coming from. Remember that Nisuki and Yuri have never really shared the poems to anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask of them to recite the poems out aloud in a whole room of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. Nasuki, are we playing Simon Says All of Our Eyes Are Closed? I'm so sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. Okay, from now on, whenever there's an ellipse, I'm gonna make them make like really weird grunting noises for no reason. Cause like, at least shonen anime, I've noticed they do that when they're just like mad. They just say random stupid noise. They don't even say anything. They just make noises for no reason. Especially in Dragon Ball Z. But anyway. We're only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. As I poke your eye, sorry about that. Then the more people will perform, and the better we'll be able to show everyone what the literature is all about.
Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings. Being intimate with yourself. About you go wow wow. Finding new horizons. And having fun.
That's right. And it's all those reasons that we're all at the club today. Don't you want to share that with the others? To inspire them to make them feel the same feelings brought to you here in the first place. I know what you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of your room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Misuki and Yuri remain, quote, silent, unquote. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think that's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika are trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but...
Looks like Misuki doesn't have any arguments left.
Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over it with... Or I just have to get it over with.
Alright!
A few. But thanks, Misuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. A sigh. Sigh. With sigh. I don't know. I guess I don't really have much of a choice.
That's everyone, whether they want to or not. You're the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. Oh my gosh. You'll be a fine Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. I'm going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way.
Monika, that's too sudden. Well, if you can't recite a poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Hundreds of strangers looking right at your face, slowly judging you, making many of you for making not a good poem. Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off by helping everyone to feel a little more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook at the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident Swedish voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. Unlike mine, she knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed.
Wow!
Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. She just has Dragon Ball Z triangle eye, serious, intense expression on her face. Or something from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Yay! 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 There's my applause. Monika takes a breath and smiles.
That was good, Monika. That was so good.
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go with next for Sayori? I'll go next.
What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Okay, this is surprising me. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri.
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Ooh, I like the title. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. why she's so suddenly putting so much effort. After Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. That's like what happened when Yuri got absorbed in her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structures that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Is she Phoenix? She's Phoenix from X-Men, isn't she? Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. And glances around her as if she's bewildered, even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first one to start applauding. Sorry, microphone. Everyone joins in with me afterwards.
Yay! Yay!
And we give Yuri the recognition she deserves.
Yay! Woo! We want your babies!
Okay. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem at her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good! And I'm gonna end that episode here. See you guys in the next one.